Every object, animate or inanimate, gives off energy and radiation, and our expanded senses can feel and measure these energies. The subconscious, intuitive, or superconscious mind is the recipient of all this information, right? Yeah, that's right. And that's what is all around us. And then, hey, when we go to bed, it's in our dreams. It's in the symbols in our dreams. The pendulum is only a communication device between the conscious and the subconscious mind. The pendulum itself, just like tarot cards or any tool, doesn't give you the answers, because the tools are nothing more than an object, right? They just give you those symbols so that your internal vibrations can pick up what is in the message from your angels, from your guides, from whoever, whatever you want to call them. The subconscious does this all in the way that it communicates the subconscious with the conscious. And that's what takes time with the pendulum, right? So it's very, very important to approach the pendulum with a lot of enthusiasm, optimism, and the confidence that you can do it. Because you know what? If we don't have confidence, it's very difficult to be accurate in anything. It's hard to be accurate in a job interview if you are not confident, much less spiritual work. So we're going to understand that the way that we use the pendulum, we hold the pendulum, and I've got this tied to my microphone. I'm just going to tell you how to do it. You hold it slightly with your wrist with the string or the chain clasped between the forefinger and the thumb, usually with your right hand. I guess it would depend on whatever hand you are. And then you extend and separate your little fingers. You're going to extend the last 3 fingers so they can act as your antenna. All right? Now you give the pendulum about 3 to 6 inches. And this is the length on the string or the chain or whatever. And understand that you are going to notice certain movements from your pendulum. Now, for me, if I'm doing chakra balancing, if everything that I'm checking on chakra balancing, let's say on my body or anybody else's that I'm working on is well, the pendulum will spin circles. If something is blocked, you can just see the pendulum stop. And that's how a lot of energy workers can tell if someone is being honest with themselves, if the pendulum is going around and around, or if it just stops. You know that somebody is not being honest with themselves if they are in a reading, or in energy work, if it stops, that's the area of your body that needs work. That's right. So that's about as much as we're going to do with the pendulum right there today. And I just want to say that it's very important to understand that if you want to have a call today, you call 888-235-7374. And I want to say, hey to everybody, I'm Anne-Marie. I have 37 years intuitive experience. Oh, I'm really being very gracious with myself. I've been doing this since 1970. So yeah, a little more than 37 years. I want to say hey to Joanne and Diane and Sandra, 2 girls from California, someone from Pennsylvania. And you guys, if you want to call in, just remember 888-235-7374. And guys, I want you to hold on just a minute, okay? I have something very important. I was looking at this book, and it's by Deepak Chopra. I probably don't say his name right. It's called The Book of Secrets. And I was kind of using it like random Bible reading when I used to be into that. I just kind of open up a section and I pick out what comes up. Now, I wanted to show you what came up in my section that I pushed up this time. And this is last night and the last thing that I read before I went to bed. Spiritual materialism, the pitfalls of the seeker, knowing where you're going, struggling to get there, using someone else's map for yourself, working to improve yourself, setting a timetable, and waiting for a miracle. Now, these are called pitfalls of the seeker, and here's why. There's no better way to be a genuine seeker than to avoid the pitfalls that I just read on. Don't know where you're going? Spiritual growth is spontaneous. The big events come along unexpectedly, and so do the small ones. A single word can open up your heart. A single glance can tell you who you really are. Awakening doesn't happen according to the plan. It's much like putting together a jigsaw puzzle without knowing what the finished picture is in advance. The Buddhists have a saying, if you meet the Buddha on the path, kill him. Which means, if you're following a spiritual script written in advance, bury it. All you can imagine in advance are images, and images are never the same as the goal. Alrighty, that's the Book of Little Secrets by Deepak Chopra. That's right, you might want to do some random Deepak reading yourself. Okay, we're going to take a call from Joanne. Hey, Joanne, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Doing good. What's going on?
Hi. I just wanted to find out. You gave me a reading a couple of times about that guy, Aaron. And, we talked about the number 14 that you saw. I haven't been to the club. I haven't been to the club in over a month. And I just want to find out if you, feel any energy or anything coming up in July.
So we're reading on Aaron, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And so I'm just going to look at Aaron's feelings for you, Joanne, okay?
Okay.
And that's right. And this is what comes up. When I look at Aaron, what comes through is the following. That Aaron is very good, probably more successful even, at a text message relationship or a distant relationship. The reason being is that he finds it's so much less hassle when you have to have real relationships with someone. It's like, okay, you got to take them out, you have to feed them, or you have to promise time that you would rather give to something else. And so basically this text message relationship stuff, which is happening to a lot of women, I'm finding more and more women caught up in text message relationship where the guy doesn't even call. He just text messages. And basically, I'm going to say that this man is a text message lover. So if you're looking for a text message lover, he seems to be your kind of guy.